Good evening from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Curran, and this is Randy's Rant for the 21st, second day of spring, 2020. Right. I don't know where quite to start. Got a couple of people out there. I had a couple of people in the blue room before I got started. That's always a good sign. Uh, I'm going to start at the back and work my way forward. Hadn't got a whole lot, but this skunk is the reason I'm having to get out of here. So I'm going to beat him first. Uh, what I have decided, I'll start out with, I have decided to stop listening to Donnie. Every time he hits the podium, he's making me sick at the stomach. I can't hardly take this shit every day, having to hear him stand there and lie, and then have his help team have to either cover for him or correct him in front of the world that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Hello, Karen Graham. Glad to have you. There's Maria again. Yeah, it is hard. And it's hard really to stay optimistic when you're having to hear this idiot every day. Uh, and I thought Dr. Fauci's face that he made the other day that somebody turned into a GIF was great. He's about to grin. Then he covers his forehead where he will cover up his mouth and stuff because you know that stupid said something really dumb, and he's had to go out there and cover for him and say, no, you're not right about that. Uh, and Donnie, despite that, getting corrected about a drug being approved by the FDA, which was false in the first place, but he also got corrected by Fauci. And then he comes back to say, well, regardless, he's a big fan of the drug. A big fan? A big fan of a drug? That's the problem we have here. We have to stay positive and continue what we can do to protect you and others and call out Donnie's daily lies from the White House press conference. Uh, Simply put, don't believe a word he says. He can't be believed. It's all disinformation. Let me go back and look and see if I got something else on that. I think I'll just go down to the others. The hospitals are about to run out of supplies, yet they keep promising what they're not providing. And I've noticed something else. I believe Donnie is about to go off the deep end, and I figured out why. He can't have rallies now. He needs that. He can't just take off and go play golf, although he may prove me wrong. He can't just go take off to Florida and play golf now with this going on. Because if you're telling everybody to stay home, how is he going to be the excuse that, oh, he has to play golf? So that's his second home down there. Yeah. And I want to let people know about something that I viewed. Yeah, John, I am feeling better. Hello again to Mary. Right, we got a few people out here. 3 likes so far. Um, I want to tell people about Grace and I. Excuse me. Took the time to view this. I recorded it. I believe it was last night. Uh, After truth, disinformation, and the cost of fake news. Uh, a lot of the crap generated on Fox Views can be linked directly back to Russia. That's where they're getting these talking points for Donnie. And we already know that's where Donnie gets his talking points anyway. For example, uh, they are in Russia playing down coronavirus and claiming they have some cases of pneumonia. Yeah, they don't have cases of coronavirus. So you understand where Donnie's coming from. He's getting his instruction from Daddy Putin, and Daddy Putin doesn't want to talk about coronavirus. As if they don't have any Asians in Russia, because they do. Uh, and besides that, they are not to blame for it. It's the region where it started, but it is not a Chinese disease, the way Donnie would like you to think it is, and Putin. And that show went on to show that the Parkland kids, remember this, were called out by the right wrongly with Photoshop materials. Remember the one of the girl supposedly tearing up the Constitution? She was tearing up a target for target practice. And it went on to point out how people like Alex Jones, they shouldn't be on YouTube, Facebook, or Apple anymore, because all they do is get out there and spew and further lies. And a good deal of it was to do with him. And as far as the materials that were used about the Parkland kids, about the one guy, David Hogg, is a crisis actor. Social media is responsible for that, and they should have to answer for that. And at the end of it, they ran in the credits. As of 2020, the threat against our elections, and McConnell and the GOP refused to pass election security legislation to increase security in our elections. They don't want protection in the election. They like what they always had, cheating to get there. That's what they want to do this time. Any help that they can get from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from wherever, will be helpful for them. And we already see they have no problem whatsoever when it comes to, and some of the Democrats, and they're going to have to get their ass out too. It is not cool to be using insider advice to sell stocks to make yourself a fortune on other people's bad luck and deaths from the coronavirus. And that's exactly what happened. And any Democrats connected with it, they should be asked to resign too. And that's just the way I feel about it. They know better than that shit. And I was thinking this one over. Donnie is a great example of something. He's a great example of why the American people don't elect somebody with no experience in government, because he has proved it over almost 4 years now. He has no idea what he's doing. Our federal government is failing in all areas with hospitals, uh, running out of supplies, ventilators. They're promising but delivering on nothing. Why do they keep promising stuff? And then the next day he comes back, well, we're not going to send them out that quick. We're not a supply clerk. They ain't doing anything. It's just like I was saying. Keep an eye on where this damn money is going because Donnie and his minions are stealing as much of it as they can. Damn it, damn it, damn it. And I guess everybody saw how Peter Alexander of NBC was attacked by Donnie. And he attacked him for no reason because later on, Alexander asked the same question of Pence, and Pence didn't go off the deep end. Because Donnie was basically looking a reason to fight, and we all know why. Because he can't have rallies right now. He has to pick on the press and the media for his kicks. He hadn't got anybody to agree with him. So he's going to pick on the press and how bad they are and how the media is horrible. And Rachel had some good advice on that. Reporters need to attack Donnie for doing so. And also, the best thing they could do is stop covering him at his press conferences. He's going to get somebody killed or hurt, or they're going to die with his bad advice. Yeah, this is exactly what I said. Every day he comes out and talks about what's happening, what's going to happen. And at this point, the media should stop covering the live event. Maybe cover parts of it and just point out his lies for that day. But you don't have to cover the man just because he wants us to see him every day now. He's not going to change. He is always doom and gloom and lying about what they're actually getting done. And a lot of it is just he pulls it out of his ass. That's what he's doing. All right. Looks like we got a pretty good crowd. Hello, Eric. Hello, Linda. And Maria, I've already spoken with. Hello, Sherry. Glad to see you. Boy, we picked up a pretty good crowd here. Yeah, do not cover his lies live. What is the point in that? Maybe with a slight delay and people introducing it as what it is, lies, you could save some lives because maybe they wouldn't believe everything he says. And I can't believe at this point, people, I'll tell you quite frankly, I think he is losing a battle here because his credibility has been gone. And since this has been happening, and he came out and said when there were 60 people infected, he said there was only 15 and 14 were almost over it. When they got to 15, there wouldn't be any more. he has no credibility. So that's the end of that. And that's what I'm hoping that a lot of the people that follow him are now starting to drop off like flies because they realize the man is just out there to lie. He's getting nothing done. And it's basically because he wiped out what pandemic team that we had in 2018 because Obama came up with it. The man's obsessed with Obama, and we all know it. So I will let you go. I'm looking forward to my time off, uh, but I'm also, yeah, Linda, you're right. He's so rude to the press because he had no reason to even do that. The man was asking a question which a president of the United States ought to answer and not have it put on the vice president to answer for him. Instead of jumping down the reporter's throat, he answered the question. Damn. But in any case, have a good time. I'm probably going to post a lot of music between uh, now and Monday. Uh, I was sorry to hear that Kenny Rogers passed away at 81 years old. Uh, been watching the man since 1967 when I was a junior in high school. That was the year before I had my own little band called the Purple Mist. But Kenny Rogers almost immediately, and because of the radio at the time, uh, country and rock were very, very close together at that particular time in our history. Uh, he almost immediately went into songs like uh, Ruby and uh, and songs like that. You know, just almost immediately after just checked in to see what condition my condition's in, or just dropped in. Excuse me on that one. Uh, would hope not, John. I hope his poll numbers don't jump up. I don't see how they could. The man is an idiot, and he's proven it to the world. Uh, well, thank you. And God bless you all for giving me your time and watching this. Uh, you lift my spirits, I lift your spirits, and that's the way this works for this Blue Dot family. Uh, I will be putting my memes out as usual. I'll also connect them on the bottom of here. Somehow we lost one subscriber last time. Maybe we'll gain back one or two or three this time. I hope so. If you are new to this, please go down, like, and share, and also subscribe. Uh, I'm out here for the Blue Dot family. We will get this done uh, in a lot of ways. We may become the next generation akin to the great generation of which my father was a part of during World War II. This time, we're fighting a war without leadership. And it's going to take people like us to be the leaders in this. So I will let you go at this time. Keep in mind, any of your cards and letters are always appreciated. I have a meme for that my friend Dave Kurtner came up with. So I will be putting that out, plus my uh, PayPal .me information as well. And it's not a requirement as a Blue Dot family member. I love this family. I love my country, and will continue to do this as long as I have a voice. I will be out here 6 days a week. You can count on that. See you later. Uh, Everybody relax and kind of enjoy yourself this evening. We can get back to it. I get back to it tomorrow and start studying my programming for the weekend, which I use on Mondays, since there won't be a news dump for Monday in time for me to do a Facebook Monday. So have a good one, and I will see you later. Uh, Share this shit. Get it out there, America. I love you, and I love this Blue Dot family. Bye bye.